What is going on YouTube? Hayden back making another brand new Crypto TV episode. In today's video, we are going to be looking at XRP, Ethereum, Bitcoin, as well as the S&P 500. I apologize for today's video coming out a little bit later than usual. This is now like the second time I'm recording today's episode because I was having some mic troubles. It was making some weird humming. Hopefully I've gotten that fixed. If it is fixed, obviously this video will be aired, so we'll see if this is the right cut. Otherwise, guys, specifically what we're going to be looking at in today's video, like I was saying before, is we have to look at the fact that markets are starting to consolidate up. Don't know why I drew that, but really what we need to look at is that you can see here, there is like a small bounce and a small recovery happening on some of these cryptos. We've fallen the past, day. You can see the past like 2 days ago. Now we're starting to recover off bottom supports. Ethereum had a bounce and is starting to recover. Bitcoin had a bounce and is starting to recover. S&P had a bounce. Obviously we haven't recovered yet because markets aren't open. We'll see how that plays out on Monday. So we'll see how that goes. But really what we're looking at is, are we in the clear to be buying in? Are we in the clear to short the markets, to buy and long on the markets? We talked about the Ethereum trade that we are on the fence about doing, moderate to aggressive style of trade. We saw multiple things, potentially a correction to the bottom here at about 3K. We thought this would be a good time to buy in and short. I took that chance. I did get stopped out. I win some, I lose some. We did, however, manage to get in earlier and make a pretty substantial run to the upside on Ethereum. So I'm not too worried about taking these risks. As markets are starting to get boring, we're not really seeing much technical indicators right now. We've just been kind of swinging to the upside, and the only reference we have, a reference point, is previous times that we've seen potential bullish crosses and stuff like that. Honestly, I'd like to think, however, that we are pretty bullish on these markets, and a lot of the times when I'm making these videos, we like to look really microeconomic scale, like super close in for trades that we're in a day, and then we sell out in 2 days. I want to say we're trying to enter these markets right now. We look more bullish long term in the next 2 weeks, 3 weeks than we do for short term, day, 2 day, 3 day. Reason being is the way these indicators look. You can see things like, you can see the S&P, we were very close to overbought. We're not currently, but we do expect these dips, but there are going to be continuous dips. However, we aren't in a new trend and we aren't in a new channel just yet to confirm the continued direction, but you can see we were overbought on Bitcoin, so a small correction back down to lower ourselves on the RSI was expected and is also still anticipated because we're still very close to being overbought. Let's see how the Bollinger Bands look. Bollinger Bands are getting tighter, or sorry, the MACD is getting tighter right here. Let me just zoom in on this. Let me pull this down. You can see we're getting closer. Bollinger Bands aren't necessarily getting tighter. They're pretty aggressive here, but the big sign is the fact that we have a bullish cross. This bullish cross is a signal for a swing to the upside. So there's lots of these things that we do have to talk about. However, we will go over that in a minute. We are still doing our free crypto coin display giveaway. You can see right here, this is the XRP ticker display that we've been giving away pretty much every week for the past couple of weeks. Finally have it up in my video. This is pretty much the new vibe that we're going to be doing. I'm going to change the lens, debating about whether or not to keep this red chair here. It fit the last style. I'm not sure if it fits this style, so we'll see what exactly happens. But yeah, so if you want to win one of these free crypto coin displays that I now officially have in all my videos, all you have to do is comment your favorite cryptocurrency down below. XRP, Solana, Ethereum, Bitcoin, Cardano, Chainlink, whatever it is, let me know why, so maybe I can review it on the channel, as well as comment subscribed, because if you're not subscribed and you don't comment subscribed, I will not give it to you and I will choose somebody else. Drawing is this Sunday, tomorrow, so stay tuned for that. Otherwise, today's video is brought to us by Allium Swap, which is super cool. Allium Swap, not only do they have tons of features like staking, farms, bridges, so on and so forth, which we'll talk about at the end of today's video, they also have, which they're really known for, is their exchange, which allows you to change tons of different cryptocurrencies, maybe ones that are on the ERC20 blockchain. It allows you to actually exchange them into coins that maybe are on the BSC blockchain, which is also super cool. So the fact that you can swap between these cryptocurrencies on different blockchains is a really cool, unique tool. So I highly recommend you check them out. Link in the description. Otherwise, make sure to smash the like button for the YouTube algorithm, turn on post notifications, subscribe, and let's dive into today's episode. So guys, top 10 cryptocurrencies right now, markets are consolidating. We pretty much are at a stagnant right now. We're pretty much stagnant right now. Besides like Terra, which is pretty much exploding, and Avalanche, which is doing pretty well, most of these cryptocurrencies, at least the big ones like BNB, Ethereum, Bitcoin, XRP, they're mainly just consolidating from the dip that we had yesterday. Now, XRP is the only one that's like concerning because all these other cryptos, like if we exclude the S&P for right now, even though it seems like we we are correlated pretty much so with the cryptocurrencies and the S&P right now, but we don't have today and we don't have tomorrow for the S&P, so I'm going to exclude it for right now. Looking at Bitcoin and Ethereum, we just recently broke out of a pretty substantial symmetrical triangle breakout right here. You can see if we just take the mouth of the opening for the most part and scale this up, we do have a little bit more clearance to go to. You can see we're about halfway there for the most part. We did break bullish, but we are intertwined within a small resistance, but we also have a small support. So we're kind of just free floating. The only problem is we are showing signs of being overbought, and those signal flashbacks to the downside here. Last time we were overbought, you can see was, let's see, right over here, which scaled us to the downside here. We were overbought here, and you can see we dipped a little bit and continue to pump upwards in some sort of, bearish divergence. We swung up and prices swung down, or the price swung up and the relative strength indicator swung down. But regardless, we're so early in the markets right now, it's hard to tell exactly what's going to happen. I do believe, however, we are bullish long-term because we were in a massive fractal here. We finally broke that pattern, found a bottom at around like 33, 34K, and are starting to reverse back up. So short-term, would I buy into these coins? I don't know, but if I was to buy in right now, I would probably hold for the next couple of weeks. I am holding. I have been buying in at these dips. Granted, I have bought in a lot earlier. We were closer to about 35 to 37K when I started to buy Bitcoin and these other cryptos really low. But, for right now, would I buy in more? You're just dollar cost averaging positions. But if you missed out on these opportunities here, obviously this one is better. But short term, would I enter a trade right now? I'm probably not. I want to wait a little bit longer just to get a kind of a feel as to what's going on right now. There's no indicators. There's no symmetrical triangles. There's no fractals of any sort to give us a lead as to where these markets could be going. Specifically Bitcoin and Ethereum. They're just kind of swinging up, being overbought, and they have a golden cross. It's like two polar opposites. We're showing signs that markets need to cool off and dip down. We're also showing signs that we just entered a bull market and will probably swing up. So it's hard to figure this out. XRP, however, looks okay. This one at least has some sort of indicator, which we're waiting for patiently. I've said this before, XRP is the trade that I want to make, and I've been waiting patiently for the weekly charts to close. We have about a day and 10 hours left, so at the end tomorrow night, we'll know kind of what to expect within XRP. There's a good chance that, we do have bullish crosses even on the MACD. There's so many variables here, so it is definitely hard to chart. But the biggest sign is, how do we react with this resistance? Are we going to close? Because you can see, not only have we been rejected off this weekly moving average, we're rejected off the downtrend. So there's a chance we could fall. If we don't close above here, and we don't close the weekly candle above here, there's a chance we're going to get rejected and dip. There's a big chance we're going to do that. Maybe not this low, but we could pull back down maybe to 71 cents and then reattempt it and break through. And, we are looking at, is this the end? Is this the end of an Elliott wave? Because when you draw it like this shows that we need a point E, which could be a pullback to the downside. Vice versa, if you start it here, which I don't think is the correct way, and let me know, you technical analysts out there, which way you like, this would be the point E. So it's either, and how I look at this is, we're either going to, this is it, and we're going to break through here, or we're going to see a dip and then a breakthrough. One of the two scenarios that we have here. So I don't know. I'm on the fence here, but I am waiting patiently for the XRP trade for me to buy in, and this is a long-term bullish trade. I want to put quite a bit of money and leverage it on XRP, but it all depends on how we react with this resistance level right here. We haven't broken through it yet, so until we do, I'm just sitting patiently until we get some sort of sign. Ethereum looks okay. If you didn't get stopped out on this run to the upside, you've done pretty darn well, but do expect to see some more dips on the way, because we are now in the overbought region. And, pretty much every time we're in the overbought levels over here, like over here, we do typically have some rough spots, which is exactly what happened. But I do believe we are on a verge to swing up. We had a bullish cross right here, which showed signs, or we had a bullish cross right here. This is the bullish cross. We had a lot of uncertainty and consolidation. It lowered us, then we had the spurt. So we can't really head much higher until we get the consolidation, is what I'm saying. So it's like, do you want to sit in this? Because you could buy in here and you're just going to be up and down and up and down and up and down until we see that break. It's going to be tough. But as it started to do that, we started to form, you can see here, an ascending triangle or symmetrical triangle. Then we had a point of breakout to actually track and buy in for a burst. We're just starting to form those right now. So there's a good chance, being overbought, we're going to see a lot of this, that we could eventually draw a triangle, find the point of breakout, and then buy in long. Hopefully, that makes sense to you guys, because it's super confusing, but we're so early in this breakup that, and we're so early in this bullish cross, it's not a ideal time to buy in as a conservative trader. Otherwise, that's pretty much going to wrap up today's video, guys. I do want to talk a little bit more about Allium Finance with you, though. I want to give a huge shout out to Allium Finance for sponsoring today's episode. As with all cryptocurrency projects, please do your own research and never invest anything you can't afford to lose. So guys, the year 2022 has already come into its own, and a multi-blockchain decentralized AMM exchange with a cross-chain function and its own P2E game has already created a growing buzz within the Allium community. Now, the project continues gaining momentum and is ready to share ambitious plans for this year. Just as 2020 was the year of DeFi and 2021 has been a breakthrough year for the NFT and play-to-earn games, the GameFi space might likely continue to boom and skyrocket in 2022 as it spans two huge and exciting worlds, gaming and finance. Now, Allium Finance is a multi-chain DeFi ecosystem with an ambitious roadmap for cross-chain DeFi and NFT products. And the ecosystem combines several products: Allium Swap, which is a multi-chain decentralized exchange with a cross-chain option that already supports blockchains such as Binance Smart Chain, Huobi, and many more. And now the main problem is that really many chains do not exchange information with each other, which means that it becomes problematic to exchange one token to another. Now, let's take a simple example. You need to exchange, let's say, BEP20 tokens created on BSC, Binance Smart Chain, for an ERC20 token. Now, the blockchains are not aligned with each other, which pretty much means that it will not be possible to transfer tokens in the usual way. Now, this is where Allium Finance solutions actually matter. Now, the user just needs to go onto the Allium Swap site, select an exchange token and a received token, and then just confirm the operation. Now, thanks to the created bridges between blockchains, the exchange will only take a few seconds, and the operation itself is carried out according to the algorithm BEP20 token, which then gets converted into ALM token as the mediary or the middleman, and then right into ERC20 token. Now, there is a very small fee that Allium Finance does charge, but that's acceptable given the circumstance, and an auxiliary tool for the exchange is the native token of the ALM project, and thanks to which the token is converted from one blockchain to another. Now, the Allium Strongholders pools incentivizes token holders not to sell the assets, but to hodl them for a long period of time. There's also the Allium Hybrid Liquidity, which basically allows users to trade almost any cryptocurrency using the liquidity available both on Allium Finance and the rest of the DeFi market. Now, the implementation of this feature on the Allium exchange is necessary so that users can easily transfer their liquidity from other DEXs to Allium specifically, and in return, users receive ALM tokens, which are already traded on centralized and decentralized exchanges today. Now, in the future, ALM will be used as a utility token for the DAO and as a security token for Allium Finance products. And Allium Finance has also been able to achieve most of the goals on their roadmap. They've launched their multi-chain DEX with support of 9 blockchains and many other features that will pretty much make your transactions secure, fast, and simple. Now, guys, also particularly noteworthy are the project's marketing efforts, which are currently focused on preparing for major launches on the DEX mobile app, bridging, farming strongholder pools, and the NFT gaming. Now, the team behind Allium Finance is also planning an extensive marketing campaign for the Asian markets, not only to help their partners get noticed in those regions, but also expand and strengthen their own marketing, as Asia is now an incredibly attractive and undervalued market. Now, these exciting events will be important milestones in the terms of marketing strategy and promotion. So guys, for more information about Allium Finance, make sure to check out the links in the description of today's video. Otherwise, huge shout out to Allium Finance for sponsoring today's episode. As always, make sure to smash the like button for the YouTube algorithm, turn on post notifications, subscribe, and I'll see you in tomorrow's video. Peace.